man, got my coffee here. Let me take a sip real quick. Oh, that's good. So, me and my girlfriend have our favorite cafe in Mexico City. They put cardamom in the coffee, and they also have these like cardamom roll pastries. They are so good, dude. I dream about them. So, I've been putting cardamom seeds into my coffee grounds when I ground my coffee lately. Just reminds me a little bit of my favorite cafe in Mexico City. The cardamom rolls, actually, the first time I had them was in Sweden, somewhere, excuse me, around Lund, Sweden, in the south of Sweden. So I'm not sure who originated the cardamom roll, but man, if you can get yourself one of those, bro, they are so good, man. Um, yeah, I also, it's been a minute since I checked in with you guys. I realized I did want to build my personal brand, so we'll get into that in a minute. But actually, one of the largest exports of Guatemala is cardamom, evidently. So I guess it must make its way around the world from Guatemala and other places. So everyone all around the world can have at least a big portion of the population delicious cardamom rolls, hopefully. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know too much about the prevalence of cardamom rolls, but I believe it was last year, man. Early last year, I was working really hard on building this channel, and honestly, like I was a little bit directionless with it. But you guys were watching. I remember one month I got 67,000 views or something like that, which was a lot for me. I know in the grand scheme of social media that might not be much, depending on what your barometer of number of people views is or whatever. But I was kind of reflecting at the time on the blessing of being unknown. Like a lot of people talk about fame today. I think like a lot of the Gen Z, maybe younger, like they want to be famous, they want to be like an influencer and stuff like that. But few people talk about the beauty of just kind of being unknown and being treated normal wherever you go. Um, and I also kind of felt like I was like investing a little bit too much time into looking at how well videos did, and by association of checking my stats, I was also logging in and consuming a lot of social media, which, dude, I really don't think any of the Meta products or YouTube, to an extent, there's a lot of good stuff on YouTube, but the whole shorts, like, and short form content, like, I don't really think that's super good for the brain. So I've actually been using the Opal app a lot lately to block out all of those sort of toxic social media sites for most of the day. And then I've also been tapping into a lot of books lately, really, man, like books, working on my language learning and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I kind of felt like just like unsure about what to do with things, but life can definitely be seen as a performance at the end of the day, whether you're on social media or not. I've been reading a lot of Eric Goffman and Eric Byrne and their opinions of life sort of being a bit of a stage. But why did I come back, dude? So I'm about a month, maybe a month and a week into being a full-time entrepreneur. I left a family business after a decade. I had been originally a developer, like an analytics developer, and then we had developed this application. So over the last 2 to 3 years, I built a market for this application, scaled the customer base like 300%. Last year, I made like the most money I ever made as an employee in a year. So, I just like it was all good vibes and love with who I was working with, but at the end of the day, man, like full autonomy over my time and stuff like that is super important to me, even if I make a little bit less money initially as I build these flows of income. So it was worth it for me to step away and try my hand at building some of my own businesses, own sources of revenue, right? So I brought up that fact about Guatemala and the cardamom earlier because one of the businesses I've started is called Latin America Connect. And at Latin America Connect, we are helping business owners, other folks that want to offshore to places around Latin America and the Caribbean, maybe establish their business there, get residency. I'll connect you to my network, invest in real estate. I've been traveling Latin America for the last decade. I speak Spanish. I have a Latina girlfriend. So Latin America has been very much a part of my life since I've been 22. I've got a great passion for the land, the people there, the cultures. I say cultures because obviously there's a lot of Latin America is a very broad term. I think it was actually a stat that the name like Latin America, the descriptor for Latin America was described by, was first used by Napoleon Bonaparte when he was trying to solidify sort of French influence in the area now known as Latin America. A little side quest there, but figured you might think it would be interesting. So Latin America Connect, you can look that up on YouTube. We'll be spinning up the site soon. More to come on that business, but to be honest, that one's a bit on the back burner right now. The other business that I've started is called Inquisitive Transactional. And basically, we're focused on helping folks in the professional services business, so accounting, law firms, and then also like maybe like software companies that sell like complex B2B solutions. And we're helping them put together bigger deals, more lucrative contracts, multi-year contracts. So that's sort of a fractional closer type business. We're going to be doing some cool educational content there as well. More to come on that, but this is the business here. Inquisitive Transactional. I don't know if you can see that. And the website's biggerdealstoday.com. I've got a link to my calendar on there if you would like to book 15 minutes with me. Would be more than happy to connect with you. I think I've had some demand from friends and stuff like that to do some one-on-one coaching with them. I think that's something I might experiment with. I don't want to do a lot of that, but I love helping people create change, get results in life. I just recently secured my friend's mom like 30 grand in additional bonus potential for the year or something like that at a job. He was like, I put it out there to my friends on my personal Instagram, like, hey, I've got a little bit extra time right now. I can help you guys out if you've got a salary negotiation coming up. And that was kind of cool, man, to be able to help her out. So yeah, dude, what else have I been up to over the last month or so? I've been learning to sail. I took my American Sailing Association basic keelboat course, passed. So I got my ASA 101 certification. Later next week, I've got ASA 103 coming up, which is the coastal cruising class. We're about to start learning to read some sailing charts, I guess, and planning more long-term day cruises. And then, of course, the level after that would be ASA 104, which has like an overnight, and I think we'd actually be sailing a catamaran, which would be kind of cool. this next week we're going to be on like a 40-ish foot Geno monohull, which I'm super excited about. So I might get to 104 before the end of the season, but I'm not sure because in like a few weeks I'll be back down at my second home, Mexico City, for a good portion of the rest of the summer. But that's another reason why I kind of stepped away from my job and I'm building some of these businesses. I'm looking to build lean businesses and lean sources of income that are like mobile first. Not that I think time in person, especially with like big sales, like as my mom would say, being belly to belly with people is super important, right? But I want to build income to the point where, like, if me and my girlfriend say, hey, we want to go sailing for 4 months, like, I can still have income coming in on a sailboat. So that's what I'm working on. Really just trying to be scrappy and get some deals in the short term so I don't have to dip too much into my investment portfolio for my lifestyle now. But honestly, man, I'm probably going to leave it there. I did just get an Opus account again, so I'm going to be posting a ton of clips like I was maybe like a year and a half ago. And we're going to really just try to be consistent with posting and do this personal brand thing, man. I mean, screw it. Privacy is kind of hard to come by in our heavily surveillance world anyway today. So why not go out there, especially for the 150 or so people here that are subscribed to me. I appreciate it. And I want to continue to let you guys know what I'm up to in my various businesses, lifestyle stuff like that, man. So much love. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.